Let's talk about one of Magic the Gathering's not dinosaurs, or a few of them in particular. Dimetrodon, which we have represented on a few cards here, is not a dinosaur, a synapsid, often referred to as a mammal-like reptile. Now, I'll come back to what synapsid means exactly, but to go over this card, Lanthu Sailback, a 5/4 for 5, vanilla. Fun little creature to add flavor to the world of Kaladesh or Avishkir now, but it's not a great card. It has 5 toes, just like a Dimetrodon does. Forked tongue, no real evidence for that. Spines, like what we see here, these little spikes across the body, there's no such thing on Dimetrodon. And I do say Dimetrodon as opposed to something like the Edaphosaurus, because this is clearly meant to be carnivorous, whereas Edaphosaurus is herbivorous. The sail here is seen without any bones within it, which is unrealistic because our understanding of animals like Dimetrodon directly correlates to having large spines coming up from the vertebrae, for a part of which the sail is a part and connects between. Overall, I'd give it not too bad a design. It's much more reptile, lizard, or crocodile-like than what we have in Ixalan or other dinosaurs. Now, when I say synapsid, what I mean is that it has a certain number of holes in the skull. In general, everything is either an anapsid, synapsid, or diapsid. All of these mammal-like reptiles, and indeed mammals themselves, are synapsids, which means you have the eye hole, you have the nose hole, but then there's another hole in the skull that we see on this image here. This hole is what we call a fenestra and works to help connect muscles to the brain and throughout the head in general. Synapsids have just one of them. Anapsids do not have any of these, whereas dinosaurs are diapsids and have 2 or sometimes even more extra holes on the skull. Always 2 though, usually. And pterosaurs we see are diapsids, crocodiles and crocodilians are synapsids, reptiles are synapsids, but dinosaurs, birds, all of them, and pterosaurs, they all are diapsids. One of the things that makes them different. Now we see here on Orazca Frillback that Wizards of the Coast has decided to make this Dimetrodon a dinosaur, though they did not make this choice with Lanthu Sailback for reasons I don't know. A 4/2 for 3, vanilla, not great, but it's alright. Now we see the bones sticking out of the spine, that's much more accurate. The shape of the teeth is alright here. The feathers, though, there is absolutely no reason to put feathers on a synapsid, especially these weird protrusions on the back that make you think of amphibians like an axolotl or something. A bit odd. But what we see in the flavor text is that they soak up the sun on their tall spinal fins. They look slow and sleepy until they catch the scent of prey. This is relatively true for a lot of lizards or reptiles. They get the sun, they gather it up to conserve energy, and then they can move really fast, even though they look slow and sleepy if they're not moving. The idea of the sail, or the spine, being this sail to catch the sunlight isn't directly proven. We kind of can't prove this behavior, but it is a common hypothesis to see in this and other extinct animals. Stegosaurs, ceratopsians with their frills, even Spinosaurus itself, this idea is thrown around. Anytime you have a big, broad protrusion on the back, the idea that it may use it to get warm is always thrown around. We also see here, it seems to have four toes. Yeah, which is a little odd, a bit of an odd decision, but okay. The Tranquil Frillback, another Ixalan Dimetrodon that they've made into a dinosaur, 3/3 for 3 that you can pay extra to destroy an artifact, exile a graveyard, or gain life, is pretty good. I would recommend putting it in a commander deck. Once again, the feathers are unrealistic. Putting them on the arms is a weird reason. I do think that it should have continued up the tail along the back next to the sail here, but as it would have looked like a better design, even though it's not very accurate. If you're going to have them there anyway, I think it would have looked better that way. The shape of the jaw is alright. We once again see these spines that are connected to the body as part of the bones. This is actually a part of the backbone or vertebrae that is reaching up, being extended, and continuing upward. So, what do you guys think? Should Tranquil Frillback or Orazca Frillback be dinosaurs? Should they have made Lanthu Sailback a dinosaur? Let us know in the comments below.